Welcome to the How to Use TPS Advanced Training CD. By now you've probably gone through the How to Set Up TPS and the How to Use TPS Training CD series. In this video series we're going to go through some of the more advanced features within the program and how you can really utilize them to make your office experience a great one. Let's get started by opening the program and going through some of the daily opening procedures. Double click the icon, and if this is the first time you're opening the program for the day, you should get a message referring to the reindexing procedure of the program. As it states, the system could reindex your data files to improve access speed and reliability. Do you want to run this for today? It's strongly recommended that you click yes to this every day when you open the program up for the first time. The index of the program basically organizes the data found within, and when it's clean and in the correct order, things run more smoothly and errors are less likely to occur. Additionally, through the use of the program over a network, certain things like power outages, bad backups, or closing out of the program incorrectly can cause the index to become unorganized or corrupt. Running this on a daily basis helps correct that situation. You'll notice we have three options. Yes will run the reindex procedure. Again, this is strongly recommended. No will not do it for now, but the next time you open the program it'll ask again. And cancel will close the window, start the program normally, and then not ask again until tomorrow. One note is that this should be done from the server machine if at all possible, and that nobody else can be in the program while the reindex procedure is running. It's very important that everybody stays out until the reindex is completed. It doesn't take a long time. As you can see, it's going to take approximately 1 second. We don't have a lot of data in this program right now, so that's fairly typical. However, once you start to use the program for a few years and add a lot of data, this can start to grow to 20, 30, or even 60 seconds, but it never takes too much longer than that. Go ahead and click yes. The procedure runs here in the top right, going through the data files, and then once it's done, if you haven't done the backup, you'll get your backup warning message. But it is extremely, extremely important that you run a backup on a daily basis and make sure that you keep that data separate from your machine on an external device or on a cloud somewhere, preferably both. In this day and age, you cannot afford to not have multiple backups in case something goes wrong with your data, considering that just about everything is digital at this point. Click OK, and the program will start to load. And here we can use new user as the ID and welcome as the password. Logging in, we get our startup menu. You never want to close TPS by shutting down the computer first. This is a bad thing to do. You could cause any number of issues to your data in that way. When you're ready to shut down TPS for the day, simply close any window open, such as your appointment book. If I've got it open, simply click the red X. Then simply click the red X here at the top right. TPS will ask if you'd like to quit. Click yes, and the program will shut down. Very simple, very easy to do. Just make sure it's done before you try to shut down your computer. Make sure that everybody shuts down TPS and all other Eon Systems programs before they leave for the day. Very often, backup systems and antivirus scans will run overnight. When these systems are running, it's best to not have the programs open anywhere where the data is being accessed, because when it comes time to scan your computer or make the backup and copies of the data, problems can occur when both programs try to access the same location at one time. So to reiterate, please make sure that everybody's properly shutting their computers and programs down at the end of the night. Now sometimes you'll get an error in the program. Perhaps your index has become corrupt, or some other issue such as a power outage has occurred. In instances like these, we have a procedure that can be run known as the recover procedure. We'll now walk through how to run a recover on your data to ensure it's in top working condition. Much like a reindex, it's best to run a recover from the server. There are two reasons for this. First of all, the data is located on the server. There is no chance of it going through the network and the procedure being interrupted for some network reason if it's right there on the computer. Second of all, because it's right there on the computer, it's usually very, very fast to run the recover from the server rather than going through the network to another workstation. Also, your server is usually your best computer and thus the fastest. To get started, locate the icon on your desktop that opens TPS and give it a right click. Go down to Properties and click that as well. And here we have a target field. This shows the location of the eon.exe, which is what we're looking for. In this instance, it starts on our local drive, also known as the C drive. This indicates that this is the server where the data is actually stored. You want to make sure that the target path starts with a letter followed by a colon and then a backslash. If it starts with 2 backslashes and then a name, such as a computer name like server, you cannot run the recover procedure from here. You'll want to find a different computer that has the C, D, or F drive, or go to the server itself. Once you've found the correct location, copy this target. You can do so by right-clicking and then selecting copy, or hitting Control and C at the same time to copy. Click OK to close. Then you'll hit your start icon down here in the bottom left. And for newer machines like Windows 7, you'll have to type it in your search bar. Simply put in run, and it should be one of the first selections at the top. Older editions of Windows such as Vista and XP, and certain server editions, will have the run option right here on the side near the bottom. Once you find run, click it to open it. This is what it looks like. Blank out whatever's in here, and then paste the target that we copied earlier. You can do so by right-clicking and then clicking paste, or we can hit Control and then V to paste whatever we copied. Here we can see that we have the full path leading up to the eon.exe. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit space and then type in the word recover, R-E-C-O-V-E-R. Before you hit OK, please make sure that nobody is in the program at this time. This includes Documenter or Document Solutions if you've purchased those programs from us here at Eon. The recover procedure will not run while anybody is using any of the TPS data files. Furthermore, please make sure that while the recover procedure is running, that nobody try to access any of the Eon Systems programs. Again, this includes TPS, Documenter, and/or Document Solution. Once you're sure everybody's out, and nobody's going to be getting in anytime soon, click OK. And if you haven't had the backup, the same warning will appear here. Please make a backup. Click OK. And you'll get the warning, please confirm message about the recover procedure. This goes over what I just mentioned about how the data files that may have been corrupted or damaged will be repaired, and that this procedure cannot be interrupted, and that nobody should be logging in during. Once you're ready, click Yes to proceed, and the procedure will run. Much like the reindex procedure, this takes a certain amount of time. Depending on how much data you have, this can take a lot longer than a few seconds. Usually a few minutes, or even 20 or 30, depending on just how large your data is. The longer you have the program and the more data you put into it, the more it has to go through in the recover procedure. Be patient and make sure you're doing this at a time where you don't need to use the program, so there's no agitation while we're waiting for the procedure to end. During this procedure, any errors in the data will be found and reported in the top right here, and then sometimes as well in the middle. If you find any errors during your recover procedure, please contact us immediately here at Eon Systems for tech support so that we can find out what's going on with your data. Most of the time you won't have any errors, and you'll get a confirmation at the end that the procedure is complete and you can restart the program in the normal way. Now what exactly does the recover do? Well, basically it goes through all the data files for TPS and makes sure there's no corruption. It finds corruption and tries to repair it or delete it if it does, and like I said, you'll get errors during the procedure, and you should contact tech support if you do. Another thing it does is it creates a very small but useful backup of the data files and the data files only. You can find these recover folders by right-clicking the icon on the desktop, and then for newer versions of Windows, you can click Open File Location to go immediately to the TPS folder, or click Properties, and then Open File Location or Find Target here in the left. The folder containing the Eon executable or eon.exe will open immediately, and scrolling to the top, we can see the recover folders that have been created already. A recover folder is created every time the recover is run. Starting with 1, it goes in order numerically to 2, 3, 4, and so on. Within, you'll see a list of all the data files from right before the recover was run, so that if something bad happens or we need to research data from the past, we can do so using these recovers. Now, while this is a backup of sorts of your data, you do not want to rely on this for your backup. You need to make full backups of your TPS folder every single day at the end of the day. This is not a replacement for your usual backup. This does not make the message at the beginning go away. Now, as you go throughout your business, day to day, month to month, and year to year, you run the recover procedure and a new folder gets created every time. Now, I wouldn't recommend deleting recovers from yesterday, last week, or even a couple months ago. But as the years go on, you may want to delete some of them, because they can accumulate and take up space. Furthermore, the system can only create 99 recover folders, and honestly you should never have that many to begin with. Once you're sure that you do have working backups, you can go to your recover folders and start to delete older data. If you do not feel comfortable, you may contact us here at Eon Systems for tech support, and we'll go ahead and go through the recovers with you to try to determine what's best. Once again, as with all things relating to TPS and other Eon Systems software, if you are confused or hesitant, please do not try to do anything on your own, but give us a call here and we'll be more than happy to help you out.